Hello, what's cracking with y'all? With y'all. It's your boy back up in this thing, K-Mac, back here to do another Blitzburg coverage podcast. Episode 28, 29, something like that. Coming back at y'all live from a Friday night. Where else would you rather be? Wow. Big things going on this weekend, man. Big games, big things. You gotta love it. First off, let's open up with some injuries. KP was limited throughout the week. He's questionable to go Sunday, so Tomlin has announced that Rudolph is the man with the plan. After his good performance last week, he will be the starter for Sunday's game up in Seattle. And I am in full support of this decision. I firmly believed that Rudolph should have been starting after Pickett went down post Arizona, but not to bring that up, but here we are nonetheless. So Minka will be down, Trenton Thompson will be down, so we're looking at the same secondary type of lineup like last week, where you're talking Patrick Peterson, Eric Rowe, Levi Wallace as one of your starting corners, Shane and Sullivan in the nickel spot, and Joey Porter Jr. as the other corner. So secondary is going to need to play a good game this week because we're talking about Seattle, led by Geno Smith, who at times can be pretty good, but at his low isn't as good. You know what I'm saying? When he's on, but when he's off, he's off. So Kenneth Walker is no slouch at running back. DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, Jackson Smith, Enigma. So they got some weapons, man. They got some weapons for sure. So, trying to think of anyone else that's injured. Yeah, really, that's about it. Offense looks good to go. Rudolph's going to be in there. I think Pickett will hopefully be the second string. Maybe if Rudolph sucks the first half, we might see a KP, but I think Rudolph needs to play the entire game, pending a total collapse. I don't think Pickett's really ready to go. It's only been 3 weeks since that surgery, tightrope surgery, so you know, how capable is he really of doing the job at this point in time? Now, if we had lost last week, they'd probably rush him back, but let's see what Rudolph's got, man. I think he should be the starter. He's got the hot hand. Played good last week, so let's see what we can do on the road up in Seattle. Speaking of Seattle, all-time series record is 10-10 apiece. We haven't won in Seattle since 1983. The last time we played up in Seattle was 2015, a game we lost with Ben, Marcus Wheaton, DeAngelo Williams, and Martavis Bryant. Wheaton had a big game, 200-plus yards. I want to say 2 touchdowns. Ben had like 300-plus yards, 3 touchdowns, maybe 2. And I believe he had a couple interceptions. But nonetheless, we have had a lot of trouble going to Seattle and winning just in our history. So we don't got that going for us. That's not good. However, Seattle does have some questionable injuries themselves. It sounds like was Jordan Brooks, their linebacker, is going to be playing. So we're going to be seeing a former familiar foe face. Devin Bush is going to be starting back there. I wouldn't be surprised if he has the fucking game of his career. That's usually how it goes when former players play against us. I believe our Devin Witherspoon is probably not going to play either, sounds like. I didn't really check up on Seattle's injury report today because they're 3 hours behind, so they've been busy with other shit today. So DK Metcalf, pretty sure he'll be good to go. Artie Burns has a chance to play, so should be interesting. Seattle has a good pass defense, got some lengthy good corners there with Tyreek Woolen. Jamal Adams, I believe, is supposed to play. He's more of an in-the-box kind of safety. They're weak in the run defense, more or less. So I want to see Warren have a big game. Let's get the Naj going. Would like to see Rudolph carry some type of that game he had last week into this week. I don't expect him to play. I don't expect us to score 30-plus points again. I think we'll probably score maybe 24, probably 21. that this would be a lower scoring game. And Seattle comes off of 2 big wins versus the Philadelphia Eagles 2 weeks ago on Monday Night Football, a game in which Drew Lock led them down the field 92 yards and threw a pretty good pass to the rookie, and he made a great catch. And then they beat the Tennessee Titans last week, last second win. So it ain't going to be easy, man. Seattle at times this year has looked good, and at times they've looked like crap. So kind of like us, they're in the same spot, 8-7, 8-7. Whoever loses this game probably doesn't get into the playoffs. So it's go win. It's win or go home for both these squads. I think this will be a very close ball game. We're going to need our defense to step up this week. We're going to need TJ, Highsmith, Cam, Benton. We'll like to see Ogunjobi step up. Don't know where the fuck DeMarvin Leal's been. I thought he'd be bigger this year. I don't even think he sees the field, and that's kind of questionable because he was a third-round pick 2 years ago. I thought he'd have a role by now, but not really. Still going to be down. I forgot Atlanta Roberts isn't going to be playing this week, so there's another linebacker down. So it's probably going to be Mykal Walker, Miles Jack in there. We signed Jalen Smith this week. Might see him. I would probably expect Blake Martinez more than Jalen Smith, considering he's been in the system for a little bit longer. So we're really thin at linebacker and safety at this point in the season, and we're just going to have to make it work. So I definitely think Seattle is going to really take advantage of that in the passing game. I would look for their tight ends to expose us and DK to work the middle of the field. Lockett's probably going to be in there as well, but I like this to be a close ball game. It's tough to say who's going to win because both teams have weaknesses. Not sure what Rudolph's going to bring, this week. He might last week might have been a fluke. I think he'll play solid this week. I think probably 2 touchdowns and a pick is my safe bet. If we can only throw 1 turnover and we get 2, I feel confident. If we have more if we take away the ball more than they do, I think we'll win the game. But ultimately, just looking at how this is gone, I'm not going to get too high off of that Bengals win. For whatever reason, their defense stinks, and we just work them. The 2 games this year, we've worked them real good. And then sandwiched in between that was the fucking Cardinals and Patriots. Terrible showings, and the Colts as well. So I think, honestly, speaking with my heart and my gut, it's telling me a close Seattle win. Probably something like 21-17. Maybe they cover the 3.5-point spread. I'm feeling maybe a 24-21, 2017 kind of game. I think if we can hold Seattle to below 20 points, I think we'll win the game. But I think if they get more than 20, I think we'll lose. Like I said, I'm just not sure what to expect with this offense. If Rudolph can bring anything consistently wise like last week, we have a good shot. If we can get Pickens going, if Deontay can get rolling a little bit here, we can win this game. This is definitely a winnable game in my head. Defense has to travel. We can get a couple takeaways. I just don't know without Minka, man, without just some of the guys we have. It's tough to imagine, because the Bengals were down Jamar Chase, and he's a great receiver, man. Come on, top 5 in the league. DK Metcalf and Joey Porter Jr. is going to be a hell of a matchup to watch. Very physical, and I would expect them to throw some flags on JPJ. I know he's going to be holding. That's just what he does. Yeah, I would like to see. This is going to be a 4 o'clock game, so we're going to see what the hell happens with the rest of these games, because for us to make the playoffs, we need to win out, and we need a couple other things to happen. We need the Colts to lose to the Raiders Sunday. That's one way, because the Texans and Colts play each other Week 18, so they cancel each other out. We also need the Jaguars to lose one of the next 2. That's another way to get in. They play the Panthers Sunday and Titans Sunday after, I want to say. They're going to be down Trevor Lawrence. And they've been fading down the stretch just like we have. They were 8-3 at one point, and they've just shit the bed. Another way for us to get in it is if the Dolphins, the Bills lose one of the next two. So, but we wouldn't be in this spot if we just, didn't fuck around and fuck up our chances. See the two losses to 2-win teams. If we win either of those games, if we beat Cleveland, whatever, man. If we win out, we'll probably get in. Don't know what to expect, but if Rudolph's playing good, I don't know how you take him out, but I'm not going to talk about hypotheticals and all that future shit. Let's just worry about this week. And my gut's telling me close Seattle win. Hope I'm wrong because it's going to be New Year's. I want to be celebrating Sunday night. Just getting a little turn, getting a little spicy, getting a little loose with the juice. And then get ready for the headache Monday that is going to come. Michigan versus Alabama. That's for college. Your boy sticks to the pros. I like college. I love Michigan, but we are Team NFL all day. I love college, but for me, NFL Sundays are the shit. So, nonetheless, hope you all have a great Friday night, great weekend. Enjoy your holidays, and keep it real with your boys. Stay with me. Blitzburg Coverage Podcast, the number one podcast for the Pittsburgh Steelers, easily all day. Your boy keeps it real. Maybe let's get some Muth. We haven't seen Muth in a hot minute. Maybe we get some Muth involved. I don't know. I think the game plan for me is let's run the ball. Let's play some smash mouth. Use a little play action. Would like to see Broderick Jones start to play better, but he shouldn't even be at right tackle. He should be at left tackle. Get Dan Moore Jr. the fuck out of there. He stinks. Let's draft an actual tackle next year. Put Broderick Jones back at left tackle. Let's get a center. We'll get to that later in the offseason, but your boy's out. Hope you all enjoyed the podcast. Share it. Love it. Give your boys some feedback. How you all feel about the game, the showdown in Seattle. I think this will be a great game. And before the season, I had this marked up as an L, so I'm just keeping it real. I'm not being pessimistic or optimistic. I'm just staying in the middle with this. And I'm feeling that just a close L, man. It'll be a great game, but hey, who knows? But I will talk to y'all after the game Sunday, Fun Day Sunday. Peace.